This is the plaintiff, Reginald Seiler. He says he and the defendant dated for 3 years, and the woman now owes him money he loaned her, and money he laid out for an iPhone for her. He never thought getting the money from her would be a problem, but hey, you live and you learn. He's suing for $2,745, the money he's owed. This is the defendant, Jennifer Hicks. She says the plaintiff went off to jail for a few years, and she helped him out while he was away. He told her she didn't have to pay back the loan because of all the things she did for him while he was out of commission, and he never bought her a phone, so she owes nothing. She's accused of letting a guy down.
All parties, please raise your right hand. People's Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Marilyn Leon is now presiding. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Mr. Seiler, tell me what happened.
I went off to jail, and Miss Hicks asked to borrow some money from me. I let her borrow the money.
Okay, hold on a second. What did you go to jail for?
I went to jail for drugs.
For sale?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you serve?
It's 23, 24 months. Right along now.
At the time that you went to jail, was Miss Hicks your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am, she was.
How long had you been dating?
On and off for like 3 years.
Okay. So when you are in jail, she asks you to borrow money?
It wasn't a year, it was a few months.
When you were in jail, so you're in jail for 3 months, and then she says, can I borrow money?
That's correct.
And where was your money for her to borrow? Like, how did she end up borrowing the money?
My uncle took her the money.
Okay. And that was $1,200. And what did she need the money for? Did she tell you?
I didn't ask any questions. She was my girl at the time. I took it up on what she asked for it. She needed it. I gave it to her.
Okay. Now, did you give it to her or did you loan it to her?
I loaned it to her. She asked could she borrow. She asked could she borrow the money.
And she was supposed to pay you back?
That's correct.
Was there ever any agreement on when she would pay you back?
She said when she got around February, when she got her money, I don't know if it was tax return or whatnot, but that's what was my understanding.
Okay. So you get out of prison, and what happens?
I go by Jennifer's house, me and my daughter. She took me by there, and I asked her what happened. Where's my money? And she said...
How much money were you... hold on one second. How much money did you expect that Jennifer would give you at that point when you got out? The $1,200 you loaned her, and what's this other money that you're suing for?
She picked up $1,600 from a friend of mine who I do work for, and she paid $500 of the dollars on a car that she went and picked up for me, my aunt, and pretty much that was it.
Okay, so according to you, she still owes you, even after running around, paying your bills and whatever else, she still owes you the balance of that money, which is $845, plus she owes you the $1,200 that you say you loaned her, plus, according to you, you left an iPhone 8S at her house when you went to prison, and you value that at $700. You've been in for a long time if you think that's worth $700. But
no, man, I know the retail price will change of it, but I don't know what. I was just telling you what it was at the time.
Right. Ms. Hicks, what's going on here?
He's correct. I did ask to borrow the $1,200, and I picked up money from him which was $1,100, and I paid a car to get repairs, which was $600, not $500. It was $600, and after that, I paid on his fines and put money on his book and stuff like that.
All right. So is all the money gone, according to you, because you were paying fines and running around and doing and getting his car bill paid? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Is there any money left over?
No.
Why haven't you paid back the $1,200?
When I got my taxes, I asked him, I said, what do you want me? I said, do you want me to give this $1,200 back to your uncle? And he was like, you can keep it. I ain't tripping. Those were his exact words.
Okay.
So
did you tell her that she could keep the money, Mr. Seiler?
No, ma'am, I did not. I have 13 children, And I know where I'm going to be able to take care of a woman better than I take care of my children from prison. My children haven't received anything from me until I come back home. No way I would have told her she can have
Ms.
it.
Hicks, can you prove that he told you that you didn't have to pay it? And even if he did, he could change his mind. But do you have any proof that he even said it?
No, I don't have any proof. It was over the phone. So I don't have no proof.
What about the phone? What about the phone that he's talking about having left with you? An iPhone 8S.
I don't know nothing about that phone.
Were you living together when he went into prison?
No.
I have a probation officer who can tell you totally different than what she's saying.
Is the probation officer here to testify right now?
Really, he's not. I didn't think that we would have needed him.
You do have a witness that you want me to hear from who's with you now?
He was the one who gave her the money as far as the $1,600 that she's calling $1,100.
Okay, I don't think it's necessary for him to testify because she agrees that she picked up the money. She's not denying that.
Okay.
What she's saying, and she's attached her bank statement to her answer in this case, is that she was always putting money into your thing and paying your... So she says the money's gone, and in fact, she says she dipped into her own money to help you pay off some stuff. Based on what I have heard, the one thing that I believe you owe him for sure is the $1,200 that he loaned you. You've acknowledged that it was a loan and not a gift at the time when it was made, that you had obligated yourself to paying him back, and your only defense to it is to say that at some point he told you, I ain't tripping, don't worry about that right now.
Yes.
But he's worried about it right now because he's out. Oh, and by the way, you moved on, right? Like you stopped talking to him, you got another boyfriend while he was still in prison, and then he comes out of prison, and then he comes to your door, knocking on your door and says what?
He was like telling me to let him in and stuff like that. He was talking about, can he take me out on a date? Asking me, did I have a boyfriend? Yeah, all that stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I have a boyfriend. You can't take me out.
But
and you asked me, could you get a date? Yeah. You said, can I get a date? And I said, no. And you said, do you have a boyfriend? And I said, yes.
Well, he must have known that because you stopped talking to him in July, right? I mean, didn't you tell him you had a boyfriend back then?
No, I just stopped talking to him.
Okay, what'd you do? He would call and you wouldn't pick up?
Correct.
Okay. It's good to have somebody outside moving your money around and doing what you need them to do, but it's also bad because you don't have a lot of control over it. So I am ordering the defendant to pay you the $1,200 loan back. That's my judgment.
Ms. Hicks, you understand what the judge has ordered you to do? You prepared to do that? Give that $1,200 back?
Yes.
You will. Okay. And you have a new boyfriend now, so you're not interested in him anymore. Is that right? He can still be your friend, though, can he?
No.
No. All right. Well, Mr. Seiler, let me ask you. You're going to get the $1,200 back. Is that okay for you? You satisfied with that? All right. And she's not going to be your girlfriend anymore?
No, I'm living the life of a bachelor right now.
The life of a bachelor. Okay.
Yeah, when you got money, you don't worry about those types of things.
All right. Well, you're going to get your money, $1,200. Congratulations. Good enough. All right, let's see what the judges have to say about this.
Being incarcerated, Marilyn, is probably the ultimate loss of control over your own life and things that go on in your life. You're there and in the prison or the jail. Time is standing still for you, and the river of life is just flowing and rolling along outside. And you do your 2 years like Mr. Seiler did. You come out and you find out that your iPhone, your $1,200, your girlfriend, they've all moved on to the next, they've rolled down the river and they've gone someplace else. So certainly kind of a tough lesson, I'm sure, for him while he was in. Yeah. But he gets back to $1,200 at least.
Yeah, and it's, like I told him at the end, it's kind of, it's helpful to have someone running around doing your bidding. Right. But you're going to turn around later and say, okay, I'd like a full accounting of every single little thing I asked you to do.
Don't count on that.
Yeah, it's not going to work out well.
Right.
Okay, Richie wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, if the police are executing a search warrant, but there's a mask mandate, can you deny them entry or insist they wear a mask? I think it's a great question. However, if the police come to you with a search warrant and it's a lawful search warrant, you have to submit. Now, if they aren't wearing masks and they should have worn masks, you can clearly file a complaint with the police department. I understand that it could be unsafe, but the way the law works, you have to comply.